Hello and welcome to our first video in English. We are Kradwerk Pfalz. Maybe you are already following our videos and you realize, hey, wait a second, this guy's talking English right now. So, usually our videos are in German because we are from Germany. But I decided to make a video, or in this case a live stream, in English to show everyone who's not speaking German how to disassemble one of those engines. This is a 278 or type 278 25 from a C50 Sport or C50 Sport in German, which is a moped engine. Really quick message for my German viewers right now. Also das ist jetzt auf Englisch komplett, der ganze Stream. Ich mache später noch einen Stream zu so einem Motor. Es gab zwar schon unzählige, aber ich mache noch so einen auseinander, wahrscheinlich später oder Montag oder so. Ja, okay, so short explanation what I just said. This video is in English. I'm gonna have another live stream today or maybe on Monday with the same type of engine. Good. Yeah, how do we start? Okay, we have a how would you call it? A little tool that allows us to hold that engine while we take it apart. But we just wait, it should actually fit. I forgot I had a KS50 engine, which is almost the same as this 5 gears. By the way, this is a 3-gear engine. Okay, wait. Issues of being left-handed. Saarboop, which is a German follower, said, "Hello, today in English." Hello, Saarboop. Nice to see you in the stream. Okay. Small issue with those engines. You can't get. Wait. I have to move the camera. Because of that little piece of sheet metal, we can't get the screw in here. So this thing would, the whole engine would fall down right now if I would turn it. So we have to take the Kickstarter cover first. I'm not even sure if that would be the right name. I don't know. Doesn't really matter too much. That's the gear selector lever, and then we have to take out those 2 screws. I know that many people hate those screws. It's really cold right now. I'm gonna stop wearing them later because I don't really like working with gloves, but it's really cold right now. Yeah, so many people don't like those screws, but if you have the right tool for the job, which in this case is a very big, how do you call them, like slitted screws? I don't know. As long as it fits really good. Oh, now there's a yeah, ignition cover would also be correct, but in German I call them Kickstarterdeckel. So we have a common in Portuguese. Unfortunately, I can't speak that, so I can't even translate it. I'm sorry. Yeah, so as long as this one fits correctly, most of the time those are not super tied it in, super tight, because yeah, most people can't work with this stuff. But if they are, well, it's gonna be later. because the screws that hold the whole engine together, those are really tight. I'm gonna show you how to open those correctly. So that's it for this one. So the kickstart itself is just held in place by this little ring. We have a very long German name for this, since we can just put all words together. The German word would be Axialsicherungsring or Sägering, from the company that invented. I'm actually not sure how it's called. I would just call it a securing ring or something. I don't know. Okay. So for the little, those are always bent. Yeah, I have to bend that back later. It always makes sense to put all the parts immediately into one box. Especially for us, since there's another one. There's a completely different engine, and we shouldn't mix up the parts, which could be tricky if you just throw them on one big pile. But this engine is, I'm not sure about the year. I would just assume it's like 71 or 72 or something like that. Maybe 73, and it is 73. Those are always bent. You can easily bend the very thin sheet metal, and you have to be careful not to destroy those things here. Should where's the screw? What is this? Also, if you need spare parts, I mean, it's if you're from the US, something which might be rare. I'm not too sure how many of those are in the US. But, most likely in other, countries that are not speaking German, which is actually a lot. So if you need parts, especially in Europe, we have a little shop on our excuse me, on our site called Kradwerkpfalz.com. It's not a real shop. You have to order by mail, but we have a few exclusive parts that are only available in our shop, since we manufactured, or we had them manufactured by us. A few are just manufactured for us. You can do everything on your own, right? I think I should have just left it the way it was. Come on. So yeah, few parts, few more coming. I was just thinking about that, since usually there's a plastic piece here, and this is one of the next projects that we have for reproduction, because without that you can connect it to the air filter. Okay. Then it's time for the beloved impact wrench, or impact. It's a small one, but it got some power. Okay, that's 17. Of course, everything on here is metric, since that's the best system. someone really destroyed this thing. Searching for something, but I can't find it. Who stole it? Maybe. Oh, there it is. Thought the Grinch stole it. So this is a screwdriver that is. Now someone is coming who wants something. That's not good. It's Saturday. People are gonna come over to. I don't know. Because they want something. Okay, then we'll just hammer it flat. And come on. Moin, ich bin gerade im Livestream.
Meister. Du mehr Meister.
Ja, brauchst du was? Oder?
Ich will was vor, oder ich mal was kurz. Aber guck, ist er da unten?
Der ist nicht da, der ist in die Schweiz gefahren.
Ach, in die Schweiz. Ich hab verstanden, der ist hier da unten.
Nee, ist nicht da. Der kommt aber später wieder.
Dann den ich mache. Und welche wann er ungefähr da ist?
7:08 vielleicht.
Wann?
7:08 Uhr vielleicht.
Es geht eigentlich nur um das. Ich habe im eBay ich einen Auspuff Krümmer oder sie wollte einfach muss eine Bewertung haben, ob ich das Ding gehabt habe.
Ja. Du kannst dir nichts dazu sagen.
Nee, ich mach's mit, war nicht schicke ich ihm den Link.
Da kommst du morgen. Morgen ist auf jeden Fall da.
Morgen früh ist, oder?
Ja.
Passt das
Mittag,
mal?
so wie die Uhrzeit jetzt auch. Oder später, früher will ich.
Nee, ich käme, wann ich komme, also wann ihm das recht ist, hätte ich eher morgen früh komme, weil wir morgen wieder und nur wieder bei die Schwiegerleute fahren, Besuche da machen, weißt du?
Ja.
Sagen wir so um 11 Uhr rum,
ja,
ich immer kurz.
Ja.
Es dauert nicht lang, 10 Minuten, gucken, ob er das annehmen mit.
Genau.
Machen wir so.
Gut. Sorry about that, but that's normal. A lot of people are gonna come today, I guess. Hope not too many while I'm filming. Have to find a way to somehow cut that out later on, maybe, or just. That's why I hate working with gloves. Just don't have any feeling. Those securing washer things can't be reused. I mean, they can if you're hardcore, but you shouldn't. God, this one is really tight on there. Where is the tool? You know what, I'm just gonna use this one. It's a self-made tool. Not sure if I can get that in. Oh, there it is. There is the right one. Good old German made. Oh, what the okay, looks like it got scared from all the effort and was like, oh no. Oh no, I'm just gonna give up. What was that? Okay, there's also a washer in here. Should get that out. And then there's this one. It's in the wrong way right now. Oh, and it's really cold. Okay, really important is to tighten that down, because otherwise it might destroy it in here. should be 90, not 17, yeah. 19 is right here. Oops, that was the wrong way. Okay, now important for those is not to place it like this, because those are magnets and they're gonna eat up all the pieces of metal that I can find. And then it's gonna be full of trash. And there's also a little... I'm also not sure how those are called. But you can just stick it in here. So our favorite are really long screwdrivers, especially for those screws. Because with those, you have a little distance from your work. Also because they can bend a little, you can get a really lot of power into the screw. I've seen that before when someone else was using that, that you could really see how that thing was bending, and then all the force went into the screw again. Yeah, I really like those. You can also get rid of the carburetor now. Put this side. Okay, there's also a little like a small piece of pipe in here, because otherwise you couldn't put it in here. This is still original piece of rubber, which is good because the replicas right now, they all suck. They will just disintegrate. I mean, this one is not good anymore either, but it's still better than the new ones, because they will really grow up to, I don't know, 2-3 times their size once they get in contact with gasoline, which is really funny if you think about that. The carburetor is right here and that gasoline is going through it. I will receive prototypes of those in a few days and I will test them. And if they're really good and if they withstand gasoline and 5 or 10%, I mean, nobody should put that fuel with 10%. What is it? I forgot how it's called. In Germany, it's ethanol. It's like that bio bullshit stuff that they put in gasoline for some reason, and a normal contains 5% of it already. That other one contains 10%, but he should put 10% of that shit into his bike, because that will mess up the carburetors and everything. But this thing should withstand it. So I'm gonna test that. I am really excited for those, to be honest, because that's the issue since years. I have a video where I complain about this, which is like 5 years old or so, or 4, I'm not sure. Okay. That's old. It's still... It's probably... Well, it's just Germany, but I bet this was still when they called it West Germany. I just like the whole bike, to be honest. Okay. Then back to this one. There is a screw with a little holder for the cable that I completely forgot about. Come on. little thing. I'm gonna call everything a thing, since in Germany it's completely normal to call everything a thing or a ding, or even better that thing over there, or that. Wow, that's still a ignition coil made in Western Germany. That's good. It's probably the original one. Hope it's still good. These rings all look really. They look like they've been replaced, since they look black instead of green. Green would be the original color. And the little cheaper ones are, oh, there's also still a piece of the screw inside here. Yeah, you can get it easily out. Also, a mistake that many people do is they move the cylinder immediately. Keep it on until you split this part, because now we're gonna go for the clutch cover, and we can still use the cylinder for that. M. Metalla, I'm not sure if you're German or not, but it says it's a 3 or 4-speed engine. It is a 3-speed engine. The 4-speed is different. Okay. I'm gonna put on the gloves again because it's a little cold. The gloves are also cold. Why did I do that? Okay. For the cover, you only need to, or you need to take out all the screws except for those two, because those two are holding the two pieces together. Also really important, if something goes hard, like something doesn't go the way you want it, something doesn't just pop off, stop for a moment and think about it. And check everything again, because otherwise you might destroy a few things. I'm not really tight, to be honest. I've seen worse. I haven't checked if there's oil in the. There's still some oil in the gearbox. I should probably do that. I mean, usually you would think that the customer is clearing out the oil because they don't want to make a mess in their car or their the package they're sending it. But I've learned otherwise. Like we had a ton of packages arriving here with the oil still inside, and the packages were repacked because the engine was leaking oil all over the place and stuff. Seems really dry. And there's a copper ring. You shouldn't use copper rings on aluminum engines. You should, or aluminum cast. You should use rings that are made out of aluminum because of corrosion. A little bit. It's okay. Now before I take off those screws, we're gonna take care of that as well. Because as long as this thing, it's too adjust the foot shifter. In Germany we call this thing, so it would be a bell, maybe. Yeah, this was really hard and I guess it will break. Okay, it's not too important, I can get rid of that later. Okay, this one was glued in. Doesn't really help if the screws are not tightened correctly. That's the thing that most people forget. You can put as much glue and thread locker and whatever on it. If the screws are not tight or not tightened, it's not gonna hold. Why is everything so dirty? It's even rusty in here. It's sometimes really surprising how bad some of those things were treated. I have a ton of engines that was restored recently in the shop, and even one, it's for those automatic moped things. The customer said he restored it after my video, which is not true, because he didn't do a lot of things that I showed in the video. And in the end, all the money for all the new parts, like bearings, sealing rings, whatever, it was, how we say in Germany, for the cat, for the Katz. It was, yeah, you can just throw it away, which is really unnecessary. So always do all the steps, do all the parts. Like in the clutch cover in here, there's an O-ring. It needs to be replaced. If you don't do it, if you just sandblast the whole thing, whatever, it's fush. It's just half-hearted. It's not really. If you have a little respect, like for old things, if you want to do good work, you take care of everything. Take off the type plate, because there's not trash, but dirt underneath. And because I'm always cleaning those in an ultrasonic cleaner, and it would completely destroy the color of the plate. I'm also taking out the bolts for the cylinder, because I'm trying to have as little steel parts in my ultrasonic cleaner, because the steel might rust, because it's water, and water will make steel rust. Yeah. I keep the bearings in for the cleaning, and then I take them out after. Might as well take it out before, but this way I dry the whole engine with the hot air from the hot air gun to take out the bearings, which is a nice side effect, and then just clean the place where the bearings sat before. So people replace those with Allen screws, or I think they're called Allen. The like this Inbus in German, which is completely wrong, because you need to tighten them way harder than those, because those are usually 8.8 and those are, I don't know, 4.6. So it's not meant for that. I'm gonna destroy the where the head is gonna sit. Always explaining it, still people are gonna do it, so I can help them. Okay. To take this cover off, you don't need to push a, I don't know, screwdriver in here and destroy the whole thing. I just do this. Okay, see, it's not gonna go easy right now, so I'm gonna check everything again. Like, are there still some screws in here? No, except for those two. Those two are fine. The one down here is gone. This one is for the block. Okay. Still, we're not gonna put anything in between those two parts, because then we're gonna destroy the ceiling surface. Ah, now it's coming. Sometimes people use some kind of glue to put them in of the paper ceiling, and then this is the result. It's also a pain in you know where to clean. Okay. That old paint is really forgiving. Like it doesn't break. If I would do that to freshly painted one, it would be damaged, and some customer would kick my ass. But with those, nothing happens. Reload. Paint probably contains lead or something, like some really bad chemicals. Smells awful already. Smells like, I don't know. Some old gearboxes are, especially BMW ones, they smell like cat piss sometimes. Which doesn't make sense, except if they had cats running around in the workshop or in the factory. Or maybe cats are manufacturing those. There's no logical explanation why it's still giving me a hard time. That smells bad. Also looks bad. But I can tell you that this is just yeah, it's easy to clean. What you need to look out for is, as I said earlier, it's a securing ring. You need to go underneath, lift it up a little, and take some lovely Knipex pliers and just take it off. If you're working on German vehicles in another country, get yourself some German tools. Always looks good. And a quality stuff. Okay. See. That's the clutch lever. There's a little ring here. A spring. They're always dirty as hell, but this one is not that bad actually. Can also go into the ultrasonic cleaner. Oops, sorry. And then that's the O-ring, which is I forgot the full number, but it's 405.15. It's also used on the brake shields from Zündapp. See, that's the old ring here. See, I'm pushing that thing together right now with my fingers. You know how O-ring should look and feel like. Not like this. It just broke. See, that's not how O-ring should behave. It's just old. That thing is, I don't know, from the 70s. You should replace those every time you work on those engines. Take out all the parts, clean off them really good. Like after cleaning, this is not a peak example. This one had a lot of oxidation, and this part is still bent, but that's how it should look from the inside. New bearings already. This one needs to be closed on this side, open from the other, because the oil, the condensating oil, will go in here and then go into the bearing from the backside. And this one will keep it a little, like for a while, we'll keep it in the bearing, and it will also delete a little bit of, so the I'm just gonna call it air or gas, so it doesn't go into this, at least for a while. So yeah, that's how it should look like. Always clean those. I mean, you don't need... See, it still has some oxidation from the outside. A little bit. Like this one was really badly oxidated. We're gonna keep it that way because it's gonna sit in original painted vehicle. And this is how the clutch looks like on this one. It's already completely made. See, clean from the inside, original from the outside. Don't overdo it. Don't sandblast everything. It can look like it's old because it is old. So this the 3-gear. Wow. God, this looks awful. Why is everything so rusty in that engine? It's full of oil. For real, it's crazy. Nice. Nice. Also on this one, securing ring thing. Would be easier if I put it on a vise. It's a little pin with a spring and some, I don't know what. I wouldn't even know how to describe that in German. And then just gonna take this apart, but we have to be careful because of the originally they're called Klinkenabweiser. It's those two edgy things in here. Those on the spring, and they will fly out if you're not careful. They will later be pushed in by this one, but by this one as well, so you can shift up and down. There's also a spring, big spring inside here. It goes in here. And that is a pain in the ass as well. That's why I'm not gonna show it. Got here are 2 screws. You know what, I'm not gonna work on this dirty thing, I have to clean it out. First, 2 screws for those, then you can remove the tongue. And this screw, and that's it. There's also a ring underneath, aluminum sealing. Yeah, that's basically it for that. So then this can go out as well. We have to take apart the clutch. There are a few distancing rings. We will in the shop soon as well, in original, like all the distancing rings in here. We're gonna have them in the shop in original, or with original measurements, made out of spring steel. This is that's our solution. Originally there was a special tool that is way too complicated, way too much work. This is just a good old Bessate Zwinger clamp, I guess. Like the woodworkers are using. Germany as well. Probably in the 80s, so this one is real made in Germany, unlike modern made in Germany, which is almost a scam, to be honest, since you only need to produce up to 30% in Germany to call it made in Germany. So you can buy all the stuff somewhere else, put it together, and it's made in Germany, which is a lie. Oopsie. It slipped down here, which can happen. It's not too bad. Again. So yeah, I don't really believe in made in Germany anymore. It's not what it used to be, because it used to be actually a status symbol. I guess you were someone if you had a German car, and I mean, I guess you still are, but everyone is complaining how unreliable German cars are nowadays because they're too complicated. And yeah, I see that German companies are mainly I mean, I also used to work for a German company, and I see that many of them are still living off what they had in the 80s, or what they used to be in the 80s and 90s and stuff. Yeah, I mean, some companies didn't even survive it, like Zündapp. They didn't survive the 80s. They got, yeah, they stopped production in 1984 because they couldn't compete with other companies anymore, because mainly Japanese bikes were cheaper. They weren't better, like some people saying. The Zündapps were way better. They were even faster and stuff. But they did cost double the price. And if someone can do it cheaper, yeah, you can't win against them at some point, even if you're better. Back in 1981, my dad had, and we still have it, it's a 5-gear GTS 50, which is also a moped, or in German Mokik, which is a moped with a Kickstarter. And I think it's a little ridiculous, to be honest, that you put a 5-gear on a small bike that should go 40 kilometers. Like the speed that it's allowed to go is 40 kilometers. It was going 70, so 5 gears with 70 kilometers, that's okay. But 5 gears and 40 kilometers, that's ridiculous. You're just gonna be shifting all the time. But hey, people wanted engines with more, or gearboxes actually, with many gears. I don't know, I don't like it. I like 3 gears for the small bikes and 5 gears for bigger ones. I have 6. But yeah, this thing was faster and strong. All the Japanese mopeds from the same time, especially if he had 2 people on it. He said he could overtake them at any mountain or hill with 2 people, while the Japanese bike had just 1 guy on it. See, this is the reason why we keep the cylinder on here, because this way the move in here without being damaged. Because if I'm gonna show it once it's off. Everything is so dirty. So the clutch is pretty simple. It's just those mixed, I don't know which material it is. Some combined stuff, and then those steel plates. If those are still good, if the little things here on the side are not broken, just keep them. The replicas are trash, especially for 5 gears. Then you will just have clutch problems all the time. We had this many times before, where engines were sent to us with clutch problems, and it was always that shit. Because it's really hard to move. I don't want to know how it looks from the inside. Probably horrible. Probably horrible. Now we're going for this one. It's also a securing washer. Come on. It is 19 millimeters too, but we need a special one that's very long, because otherwise it would the how's it called? The shaft here would be too long. Reverse. Some people like to, or think that it's a good idea to open this with whatever and push this in between to hold it. And I'm gonna show you how this is gonna end. Like this. That's how it's gonna end. Because those things are not meant to withstand that. It's just some cast and it will just break off, and then we will have to replace the whole thing. And to be honest, we're also running out of originals because everyone is breaking those. And there are replicas. I don't know how good they are. They're made by Yasil, with a Portuguese company. They're really good for crankshafts. I can show you some stuff. This is the shifting shaft. It's a replica made by, because they're always broken up here because people did not tighten the what's it called? The little for the chain. Something with P. I forgot how it's called. And that's a crankshaft. The other parts as well in there, but and those are for the cylinder. Yeah, manufactured for us because those used to be really thick. So you have yeah, so they can spread the pressure more evenly. Okay, now this is done. Let's see if I can get it off by hand. Yeah, I feel like I can. Ow. There it is. So there are two balls in here. With the guard as well. I'm pretty sure that the crankshaft is broken on this one because in I don't know, in the last few years we had almost no engine where the crankshaft was still okay. I mean, those engines are getting older and older by now. And since those are two-stroke engines, they only get lubricated through the whole crankshaft just gets lubricated by the fuel or the oil that is in the fuel. And if those are standing around for years, there will be no more oil in here. In here there's a lot of oil. You've seen it. But in here it might be dry, or if the crankshaft is standing really bad, like that the part with the crank, I don't know, that is standing up, then it will rust. You get very fine rust on it, and then it will just break after a few 100 kilometers. Most likely. It might be that it's totally fine, but I wouldn't recommend. And if we rebuild engines, we always change the crankshaft. Because it's not worth it. If the crankshaft explodes, or it doesn't really explode, but the bearing in it will break. And in the worst case, parts of the ring will go up through the side channels and destroy the cylinder, the piston, and everything. So it's really not worth it. Wait. Need to open the video again to see if nobody's writing anymore. Anything right now. So hard in here. See. Those are the original ones. They're really, really thick, just like the replicated ones from our shop. See, it's exactly the same, but those are freshly plated. But original, on the other hand, you can get them. You can either put them back this way, or you get them freshly zinc plated. Or if they're missing, you can buy the ones from our shop. They're not even that expensive. It's like, I think the whole set is like €4.80 or something. Come on. Okay. Don't know me, peace. Nice and black. Okay. Oh yeah, you can. I'm not sure if you can see it on video. But it's moving a little, and it's with the piston rings. So that means that the piston is too small. Yeah, you can see that the piston is completely black up here because of all the stuff going down, because the piston ring can't hold it in anymore. It's a G size, and cylinder is G as well. Will be complicated to get a new piston for this one. We might have to change. They're really rare. That's the problem. In a good condition, they're rare because they were tuned. This one's really good. No broken. None of the ribs are broken off. It still has the little thing in the middle. So nobody, widened up any of the channels. So this one was never tuned. So it would be worth getting newly plated from the inside. It used to be hard chrome. Nowadays they use nickel seal, which is similar. And then you can put a way smaller piston in there, or a piston that fits. Usually we take a AB tolerance from Meteor, because G is way like their tolerances are not going that far. The GH from Meteor is fits for a way smaller cylinder. Good. Now this is all done. So we need to get those screws and the screw on this side out. I'll start with this one before I forget it. Yeah, this will be a fun and funny ride for this engine and the ultrasonic cleaner. But after that, it will look like brand new, because it's not oxidated that much. The early 70s had a really good cast. Some of them. I have one from 71 that wasn't that good, but I had a few from. Let's not just say beginning, but the middle of the 70s, like 72, 3, 4, 5. Those all look really good. the 72 from a customer from Saarland, and looked really good. The whole bike looked really good. Original paint, and was still in owned by the family, and everything was really nice bikes, better than mine. Almost ready. Now we need a Zündapp special tool, SKA. I forgot the name of it, the number, but I know that everybody wants it. This one. I made a video on how to replace this. Because not everyone has that or can get that. Maybe we can get those reproduced at some point, but I don't want to do some shitty laser cutted and welded thing. It should look like this if I do it. Okay, so those are the bolts. They go in here. This one has M8 thread in here, but you can see that it's not gonna go in because this thread is pushed down from the screw that was sitting on top. So what we're gonna do, I'll get a oil. How are those things called again? Tap? What are they called? Tap? I'm not sure. Come on. Hate this ratchet thing, but it's a little better to use it. I used to have one of those in my old workplace, and I just put some silicone on here so this thing doesn't move all the time because this was really annoying, and I'm not gonna ratchet around with that thing. It's just a waste of time and weight. Might be good in certain places, like on cars, if you are in a tight space, but to be honest, it's a little big for that, so I don't really know why they did such a stupid thing. And I don't know why we haven't welded that thing shut yet. Maybe we should do that. Or just some super glue. Oops. A little bit of compressed air, always nice. It's the same for this side here. If I find a caliber somewhere. There it is. So this one is 6.6. Now I take a drill that is 6.6 and a little I don't know what they're called. And now it fits. Magic of drills. No. No as well. It's awful with that little thing. I have to take out a screw because that one is still holding the casings together. Casings, engine case, whatever. Just put it in from the downside so it will keep that a little bit in place. Okay, and then we tighten this. This will push the thing away from the crankshaft, but back here there's nothing pushing, so you slam on those two. There's already a good slit in here, so now it's even. Okay, still here a little bit. Okay. Yeah, this engine was most likely taken apart once before. Also looks like this. Ugh, there's a whole clump in here. Yeah, now the crankshaft should go out easily. It doesn't sometimes. This one is the shaft for shifting. Oh, those are glued together. It has steel balls in here, 4 per wheel, or 4 per, how are they called? Gear. And I'm just gonna keep it together. That's what shifts the whole thing, or what locks it in place. That's for Kickstarter. There will always be small washers everywhere. Make sure to keep the washers, because right now you can't really get them anywhere, but I will change that. So, and securing thing again, a ton of those on those engines. So, big part of the clutch. Don't worry about the old bearings, they're gonna be thrown away. Okay, now we can... Why is this so tight now? Good, now we can we're gonna be brutal. It's actually not harming the crankshaft at all, but I tell you, it's not gonna be good anymore. The piston also looks really awful. Everything is so, I don't know, kinda like glued together. I don't know, the whole thing was turning really bad. That's the big one. Yeah. You need a ton of those players here for those securing things. For every size you need one. Some company made a lot of money with that idea. Good. Then it's empty. I can still show you something else, because I like to so before I clean those, I take off the pipe plate. I made a few videos about those things, and I always use like a piece of sheet metal that is cut like this and grind it like this. Need to be a little careful not to destroy the shield, because it's made out of aluminum. Okay. Tony said unmöglich und weg, which means I don't know what he's referring to, like that you can't watch this and that he's gone. Ja, mach doch. Yeah, I don't know what he's talking about. I mean, maybe that I took the old broken crankshaft out with a copper hammer, which is totally fine. But on the internet, everyone is an expert. So yeah, whatever. Or maybe it's my English. Could also be. Of course, sometimes the shields are, or the plates are really oxidated. And then you can do what you want. You're not gonna not destroy them. But most of the time, they actually fit with new rivets. Well, it's not rivets. It's maybe in English they're called rivets as well. I have a smaller one here that I use for those bent parts. I also feel like I need to replace this soon, but once you bend those back, they work again. And yeah, this is the reason why you should clean, take them off to clean, because there's a lot of disgusting stuff underneath. Okay. Well, then everything is taken apart, and it will be cleaned completely, and it will be rebuilt, and then that engine will work again for a few, I don't know how many, 30, 40 years, hopefully. You never know how long the owner is planning to drive it. Okay, I hope you had fun. I hope it helped a little and you learned something. Yeah, Zabub said, always nice to see you. It was interesting as always. He is a yeah, he's always in here when I stream every single time, so listen to him. Yeah, but yeah, if you liked it, check out our other videos, but all of them are in German, but still you can still see everything. See you next stream. Exactly. See you in the next stream. Maybe I'm gonna do a engine assembly video one day if this video is received well, because it's a ton of work. Yes, that's it for this video. As I said, we have a ton of other videos. We have for so many different Zündapp vehicles, engines, whatever. Check out our shop, especially if you live in the European Union. I don't know about the US, how to send anything there. Yes. Yeah, that's it. Leave a subscription if you want, or a thumb up, or write a comment where you're from, if you liked it, and so on. And I hope you have a nice day, and I see you soon on, yeah, another stream, video, Instagram, Facebook, and so on. Okay, well, that's it. Goodbye. Und tschüss an meine deutschen Zuschauer.